Hello everybody, and welcome to our channel again today. Now I want to be sharing with you the 5th episode of this trending amazing discussion therapy section with Paul and CHIOMA. You already know the story. Now this one is breathtaking. This one is splitted into 2 episodes, so we have episodes 5 and 6. Okay, so I want you to watch this and sit back and enjoy. This is gonna blow your mind. The things that you're gonna hear in this video, the discussion, the depth of it is huge. So pay attention and also make a wise and nice comment on the comment section. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as you watch along. Thanks guys. Let's watch. Let's see what happened now on this video.
After our last session in therapy, CHIOMA hasn't come back home. I have no idea what that's about. That's not normal to me. But obviously, I'll blame the therapy because as I knew, this whole therapy thing was full of crap anyway. But at the same time, you know, coming here today, I'm here alone. But I do hope that she turns up. We'll just have to see.
Since the last session, well, I went home, and on our way home, I don't think there was no remorse from Paul. And I kind of just deeped that he doesn't rate me. I don't really feel like there's love there. Why am I actually fighting for this relationship? And I'm doing it alone. So yeah, I went home, I packed up my stuff and I went to my sister's. I just didn't feel like I needed to be in the same space with him.
Have you had a good week?
Is that a trick question?
Not at all. I'm just wondering how your week's been.
Okay. How do you think?
Presumably, the successful man that I met last week had a very successful week. Hi.
Oh, geez, hi.
Hi.
Sorry about that.
I'm saying hi to you.
Hi.
Okay, did you manage to fill in the little questionnaires I gave you to go home with, the homework I gave you last week?
I did, yeah.
And what about you, Paul?
I did.
Great. There seems to be a little bit of angst between the two of you. Did you spend any time together last week, you know, working on what we were talking about? Sorry. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. You have spent time together over the last week?
I've been at my sister's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what was the reason for that?
To be honest, I just feel like maybe the last session didn't go as I wanted it to. Paul was giving me bad vibes, and there's just a few things that I think I've kind of reached my breaking point, you know? We're here for a reason, and if this doesn't work, then I have nothing else to kind of fall back on. So for me, it was, I couldn't go back home, no.
Okay. And how did that make you feel, Paul?
Well, to be fair, I feel like it was her idea to come here. When I'm upset, she complains that I storm off and have a tantrum, throw my toys out the pram, if you like. But that's kind of what she just done.
Okay.
I didn't do that. I mean, I didn't storm off. I don't remember, but I don't think I stormed off.
Okay, so what actually happened
She
when you
didn't
left
come home.
here?
She didn't come home. That's what happened.
Okay.
I needed peace. I think sometimes I would rather choose peace over war, you know? I still came today, so, you know, it says a lot, doesn't it?
War. So that's a strong word, you know?
Interesting, actually. Why did you use the word war?
It's a constant battle at home, isn't it? For me, he doesn't, if I put it simply, he doesn't listen. So if I'm complaining about something and he's not listening.
Okay, so we're going back to that. Are you both on the same page?
I would like to move forward, but clearly Paul doesn't want to.
Do you want to move forward, Paul?
Of course, I'm here. I got here before you. I think I want to move forward more than you do. I got here first. I definitely need an apology from CHIOMA because at the end of the day, she hasn't been home. She's not responding to the messages, not responding to the calls, but she's posting on social media.
Oh, come on, man. She's upset. Don't you get it? She's upset. That's why she wouldn't want to respond to your messages or call. Why would you need an apology? She's upset with you. She just said you don't listen. You don't listen. So that's the point. Listen, man. Listen to her. She has things in her mind to tell you. There are issues. You need to listen. You're just hungry for your ego to be fed. Come
It's
on,
a
man.
very, very big disrespect, and I need a very big apology because she's taking the piss.
Please.
Why don't we find out how the exercise went that I sent you home with? So, in answer to the question, what is it, the 5 things that you have done for each other over recent weeks?
You can go first.
Ladies first.
Okay.
This is interesting. Pay attention to this. This is going to be a life-changing moment. All right. These things are powerful. I want you to listen. It's just amazing.
Who would like to go first?
Ladies first.
I don't mind which one of you goes first.
That's not. I'm a gentleman. Ladies first.
I'm telling you to go first.
Well, would you recommend that she should tell me what to do, or should we?
So you're doing this again?
No. I'm just asking because obviously you haven't been home in a week. You haven't really said what's going on. You haven't apologized. So.
Okay. So what was it again?
The 5 things that you appreciate about each other.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the fact that Paul is my protector. He's also a good provider and a good leader. He is family orientated. He has his head screwed on, of course. And he can be occasionally, let's just say when we started dating, he was very caring and loving, and I love that about him. I love that he can be like that. I don't really understand what's changed, but he can be such a lovely person, and like, I know this isn't him. So I'm trying to fight for the Paul I once knew, the Paul I love. I don't want to just give up.
Okay. And Paul, 5 things you appreciate?
Okay. I could name a million, right? But to answer your question, I feel like CHIOMA she's like a best friend to me. When we first started dating, literally, we'll do everything together. Like we used to finish each other's sentences. Do you understand? And apart from that, one of the reasons which she's actually mentioned why I fell in love with her is food. Like, obviously, no, I don't, because my diet's changed, fair enough. But at the same time, in terms of like on a day that I would want a cheat meal or, in terms of food tasting nice, my girlfriend, best, hands down, right? I'd say that she's very caring.
She is feeling blushy. Look at that. Like, give it to me. Tell me more. Like, I need to hear that. This is awesome. Oh, dear.
Very considerate. She's very loving, she's very driven, she's very passionate. And I feel like, she motivates me. Like,
I'm just listening because this is the nicest you've been for the ride, isn't it?
you've never asked me.
Okay, well, let's not ruin it. Go on.
She's my love. She's my love. I'm not gonna lie, and I do see a future with CHIOMA. I plan to take things to the next level because I see that potential in her. Like, she tries for me. She's been there. She's riding for me. I definitely feel like I could make this work.
Well, it seems like the homework worked from that question. How did you get on with what have you done for each other lately?
Well, I haven't been home. So, aside from that, like he said, I do run in baths and give him massages and stuff and, help if he needs work done. Yeah.
No more?
Lately.
As in, it doesn't have to be last week, it can be over the last month.
I mean, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Paul?
Sure. So, if I could go back to the couples review that we have every 28 days, literally I make sure that all of her goals and targets, I face them head on. So sometimes if she hasn't followed up on certain phone calls in terms of business that she's trying to chase, I'll be there, babe, have you done this? Okay, can I make this call for you? And sometimes when she has shortfalls with some things that she's trying to pursue, whether it be business-wise, career-wise, I'm there to kind of say, okay, look, if that lane doesn't work, let me call someone I know, or let me try to push things in my way in order. Is that a train?
I disagree with that a little bit.
Sorry?
I disagree with that a little bit.
Okay. So what do you disagree with?
Because I feel like, not to take it back to the negativity, but I mean, we are here to kind of air out issues, isn't it? I feel as though, with regards to work, if I'm doing something, as much as he is supportive, there's a current situation where I feel like you're being very unsupportive and he's kind of being an enemy of progress, if that makes sense. So I'm running a business, for example. I'm actually starting a company, a business, isn't it?
Is this a new business?
Yes, it is. And I've got someone doing my website and he's doing a fantastic job. We're halfway through. I've paid him fully, no refunds. And Paul liked it at first. And obviously now that he knows the guy, he no longer likes the work and he kind of wants me to stop working with him with no explanation.
What is the reason that you're not happy now?
I've had a look at the site. This is my field, by the way. Personally, I feel like right now I make the best, right? Initially, Chom and I did have a discussion about her business, what she wants to do.
This is weird as hell. This is strange to me because we were good before and all of a sudden now you have an issue with the person I want to work with, the person creating my website, the person that's going to help me put my business out there. Yeah, no, for me, I don't understand. We haven't had a discussion. He really doesn't want to tell me what the problem is. So I'm not going to just stop working with this guy. You have to get over it.
I've worked with, a number of different influencers, people that she knows, people that she doesn't know. And we've had successful outcomes, which is why, she's spoken to me about her business. Now, the only thing is, at the time when she approached me to deal with it, she wasn't fully prepared. And what I mean by that is, if you want a website done, you can't really just work based off an idea. You need the content, you need the pictures, you need a framework.
Which you could have helped me with.
No, 100%. But at the same time, that's something that you'd have to ask for. So you can't really ask for number 5 if you need number 1, 2, 3, 4. If you said, babe, can you help me with the idea? Can you help me with the photos? I've got connections with a lot of people that do all of these things. So I feel like I could definitely help Choma in this way better than the person that's currently helping her.
You're saying that now because you don't want me to work with this person. So I have spoken to Paul about it. I've asked for help many, many times. I don't know if he thought I wasn't serious, but it was only until I went out to find someone myself and found this fantastic guy. I have no complaints whatsoever. Yes, Paul does websites, but he's never offered once to help me.
At the end of the day, Choma knows what I do in terms of my IT business. It's well established. I have a good number of very decent high net worth clients and my work is quite professional. So for her to kind of go to another person, it kind of doesn't really make sense to me. Like, you have a whole partner in the house that's willing to do the most for you.
Listen, she said now that she brought the issue to you. You were told, you were asked to. But you said right now that you thought she was not ready because she didn't have all of the content, all of the pictures, all of the thing that you need for the website to be designed. So why are you not saying that she went to someone else when she knows that you can do the job, but she came to you first? Come on, guy. I mean,
but you're then going to another person. There's no excuse you can give me. You fucked up.
And what was the reason that you think that he's not happy with this particular person?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea because we both like the work. Well, we liked it at first. Now Paul doesn't like it. He thinks he can do a better job. I'm quite happy we're not working together because I feel like it will cause conflict in our relationship. So I'm good on this side, but he has tantrums almost every day with regards to me working with this guy.
Now, do you have a particular issue with the person, or is it just what you've just explained?
You know, at the end of the day, from a professional standpoint, the work is of a decent standard, I'd say. However, the person doing the work isn't actually that professional.
To who? I'm working with him. He's very professional. He's never like I'm in a professional relationship with this guy, and my work is fantastic.
Right, babe?
So,
Right. She asked me the question, can I?
but you don't work. How would you know him?
But she asked me the question, can I answer the question?
No, but you're answering the question. Ideally, should be posed at me because
But
I
she
know
asked
this
me
guy.
the question, so can I answer the question?
Okay.
Am I right?
I did ask Paul whether he had a
Paul does not
particular
know this
issue.
guy. According to me, do you know him?
I know.
You know him? How do you know
I
him?
don't know. You don't worry about that. But the point I'm trying to get to from a professional perspective, okay? You know, look, at the end of the day, if I asked you for advice about makeup, I'd kind of take your advice.
Okay, but I would always explain why I'm giving you a
That's not the
specific
point.
advice.
I'll take your advice.
No, that is the
because
point
you have
because
the
I'm.
experience and you have, you know, the network expertise. Does it
So in
make
other
sense?
words, you tell me what to do and I just do it.
Well, if I have the experience and the expertise, it kind of makes sense.
No, I'm sorry, that doesn't run with me. If you want me to do something, then explain it properly. As far as I'm concerned, you're probably jealous of the work that he's
I'm
doing,
not jealous.
or you don't want me to finish off this business.
I'd love for you to finish the business.
Then who's going to do my
However-
website?
No, wait. However, you know, with this guy, like,
Do you think that this could be something to do with you both having different views on life in particular?
He's just a difficult person. Honestly, I'm tired of this shit. I'm so
okay,
sorry.
okay. Do you know what? Okay, let's do it like this. All right. Now with this guy, right? I've never mentioned this before, but
Go.
we're here
Say
now,
it. Say
and there's a
it.
lot
Say
happening.
it.
I think it kind of makes sense. So literally, this guy was a best friend to my ex.
Ah.
Right? Best friend, by the way. So he was playing, you know, Mr. Nice Guy, hey, I'll pick you up, I'll drop you off. You know, I'll do this for you, just as a friend. But then it turns out that once my ex and I have broken up, he was actually
What?
seeing her
Oh, right.
after, by the way. So, you know, if this same guy is then trying to follow my tracks and trying to keep up, I don't think I'd want to see a deja vu anytime
That's a
soon.
sad story. Thing is, I feel like it says a lot about your ex than it does the guy. Yeah? So don't compare me.
So you want to defend him?
I'm not defending, I don't know him like that. What I'm trying to say is, if that's what you've been hiding from me, it's too late now, babe. We're past halfway. I've fully paid him. So that means he has to stay on. If you said this at the beginning, fair enough. He's gotten his money. We're halfway through. He understands my vision. I'm sorry, it's late now. If that's the reason, you should have told me before.
All this time, you knew who was making my website. You didn't want to let me know. You didn't want to bring me in on how you know. Anyway, I don't give a shit. I don't give two fucks because that's his insecurity. He's kind of imposing that on me right now. You didn't want to tell me before, so kind of keep it, deal with it, because it's too late. At the end of the day, like, I've paid this guy. He has my money and he's going to make my website.
This guy probably has a crush on you, like he keeps following you and your girls, but I would never step out on you. He's been professional with me, and that's how I'm going to keep it. Because that's ridiculous. Imagine that. You're just telling me now.
It's pointless telling her, basically.
What? Yeah, it is pointless telling her
As a
now.
result of what you just said,
I'm not changing.
Can you understand that he may feel a bit uncomfortable?
I can now, but it's too late. He could have expressed that before. This is your problem. So now that you've expressed it, when my website is almost finished, I should now leave the guy.
Well, if I make websites and I can make it...
I don't want you to
No, come on, man. What are you saying?
You've been knowing about this. You've never offered once. Now that I've finally done it, you want to offer because this guy was sleeping or dating your ex, whatever the situation is. I don't care about that, babe. I won't sleep with him. So if that's your worry, leave it. It's fine. We're not going to do that.
Okay. Do you think we can put this bit to rest now?
Please.
Paul?
Do you think it should be
We spoke in a previous session about trust scenarios, and I think you both agreed that you do trust each other. Taking that mindset on board, trusting CHIOMA to do the right thing, there shouldn't be an issue.
Obviously, I'm not insecure, like, come on, look at me. But at the same time, you know, with the guy, like, when you know there's those slimy type of guys, you know those guys, those boys, if you know, you know. And he's one of those guys, whether he sees this or not, he knows that we know who he is. And a person like that, to be fair, you need to keep them away from your partner. Do you understand? Like, where CHIOMA is, where we are right now, we're trying to work on our own thing. We don't need that type of energy around us.
Okay, look. I trust CHIOMA. However, I feel like her views on certain things, differ from mine, right? Okay, let me give you an example, right? So when CHIOMA and I first started seeing each other, you know.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
You're
that.
not doing what?
We're not having
Let's kill
this
your
conversation.
conscience.
No, because
That's
I'm,
toxic. You know
I'm
that's
so
toxic.
bored of this conversation, babe. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. What are you on about? Are you literally about to narrate the whole thing to her?
It's a 1 minute story.
Let him have his voice.
This is so embarrassing. Because anyway,
There's no need to be embarrassed.
okay, that's fine, go on.
So, Paul, if you would, just let us know
I
what
like
you're going to
that.
say.
You know, there's no talking. Look, it's just me and you.
So before coming here, myself and Paul decided not to bring up certain things because, of course, we don't want to put all of our relationship issues out there. I feel like Paul's digging at something. I don't necessarily want to talk about things that we've buried. He keeps going back to, when we first met and how we first started. I feel like he's hurt, of course, and he's trying to hurt me back.
Look, let me break this down, right? Okay. So we started seeing each other, butterflies, birds, whistles, bees, cool. Now at this time, right, we weren't active. However, we were pillow talking and we were dating, going out, eating and stuff. And we were basically having conversations to kind of say to each other, okay, do you know what? This is what we both want. We're both on the same page. We're both on the same frequency, you know? You know when you're in that mode and you know that this person's going to be yours, okay? Now, it turns out that later on, I realized that during that time, she was active with someone else.
Yes. I was sleeping with someone else, okay? What's the problem?
Was this a boyfriend?
This was an ex, so let me explain the situation to you because he is just clearly confused. When I met Paul, I had an ex whom I was sleeping with because I wasn't prepared and ready to sleep with Paul, okay? I think a lot of women do this. We date many people and we stay in our comfort zone until we're ready to.
No. Not a lot of women. Few women does. Few women like you does. Not a lot of women like you sound in quote. A lot? No, not a lot of women. Speak for yourself.
I, for one, never stepped out on Paul. Does that make sense? When we were talking, only until we started dating exclusively did I stop sleeping with this person. So, and we're not even boyfriend and girlfriend. So we decided, okay, I'm going to take you serious, you're going to take me serious. Then I cut him off. But before that, yes, I was having sex. Okay, what's the issue? I'm never going to apologize for that because I did nothing wrong.
Babe, do you really want to take it there?
We are taking it there. It's not my fault he fell in love before I fell in love. We met and he feels like I should just drop everyone because of you. I didn't even know you then properly. What do you do when you pillow talk? You get to know people, right? That's what you and I were doing. And when I had concluded on Paul, I dropped everyone else off. I dropped this guy that we're talking about, that you're still talking about 3 years on. This is embarrassing. I've never stepped out on him. I've never cheated. So why do you keep bringing this up? And if you're using this, thinking I'm going to sleep with this, what's his name? Whoever's doing my website, then you're insulting me. As far as I'm concerned, this is an insult.
Okay. All right. You wanted to take it there, so...
Tell me, Paul, this scenario that's just come up and the website, gentlemen, is this evoking those feelings of vulnerability that you felt when you found out that CHIOMA was sleeping with her ex when you first met?
I never said I was vulnerable.
So why do you keep bringing it up?
No, it's a topic
Why
of
is it
conversation.
affecting you?
It came
No,
up
it's
in a
not. It's
conversation.
irrelevant. No one asked you to go back there. You brought up a situation that happened when we met, not even when we started dating.
Toba,
When we met.
Do you really want to do this?
I'm doing it. What are you talking about? I'm having this conversation. I'm ready to be open. I was sleeping with my ex when I met Paul. When we started dating, that situation had been locked off. So tell me where there was a mix and where I cheated on him or stepped out on him.
I'll tell you.
Please.
So, Denise, you for example, right? Let's say you meet a guy, right? Talking to the guy, going out for drinks, going out to eat, staying in each other's space, right? Okay. You both like each other, you're both seeing each other over a period of time, but you're not active with the person. No reason. Within that time, do you plan to be active with another person? And if you are active with another person, is that in any way beneficial to what you're trying to do?
I really don't think you can put me in this equation.
I'm not putting you in, it's just an example.
Because the way I run my life is irrelevant to...
I know, but I'm just, out of curiosity, just together.
Paul, babe, I didn't know you. Now we can discuss those if something like that comes, you have every right to be upset. Then you were a stranger to me. Yes, you were a stranger to me. We were getting to know each other. I didn't know you. I had no loyalties to you. Yeah, that's just what it is.
Do you think...
Okay. This is getting really, I need to talk about this. What's this? Okay, you are in a relationship and you decide to start dating Paul. In a relationship, according to what you're telling me right now, telling us, CHIOMA, you were in a relationship with your ex, you're sleeping with your ex, and then you open up another channel to date Paul while you were still sleeping with your ex, and you think it's okay? What is she saying? What are you defending? Mike, come off. That's not right.
One of you might have fallen for the other one before.
Love at first sight. This one was head over heels before I even decided to take him seriously, clearly. Because that's what it is, babe. Okay. How can you take me serious on the first date? What the hell?
Let's put it like this, right? I know what's happening here. Basically, this is what happens, and this is what I get for being the nice guy. So just to break that down, so 8 years from now, I'm going to be 40, right? There's certain things that I'd like to have in place. There's certain things that
Did you say 8 years from now you're going to be 40? 8 years from now? So you're 32? And you already look like 40. Just kidding, but really? Okay, let's continue.
We don't need to go into that, we don't. But, things that I want to have in place, stability, relationship-wise, marriage, kids, all the good stuff. I believe CHIOMA can give that to me. But at the same time, with the mentality that she has right now,
What mentality?
I don't know if that's in
Don't even do
line
that.
with where we're actually supposed to be going.
Well, that's your loss. If you don't plan on marrying me, I don't know who the hell's going to put up with you.
So I feel like, if a girl is serious about a relationship and she wants to have a long-term partner, if she has focus in her life, she will focus on one man.
I agree with you, bro.
Speaking to
I agree with
guys, then you're not focused. If you take yourself seriously, you put all of your energy into the right place, you'd pray also, and you'd move forward. It's as simple.
I agree with you. I agree 100%. Yeah, because the way she just acted now, it shows that she's the kind of girl that double dates before she gets what she wants. Also, probably as she was dating the ex, she began to think of dating you alongside with the ex, so that she'll be able to see if she have a balance. Get somebody. This is who I want. You know what I mean? Before she can finally hop out and hop in. You get it? But That's not fair for a woman. She wasn't really. Yeah, she needed to apologize for that. Yeah.
Actually, it's a really good point that maybe at this time you should both talk about what your ultimate goals for each other or with each other are. I mean, he's just mentioned marriage, children, lifelong partner. Is that how you see the future?
I suggested therapy. I know that we've got a lot of issues that we need to work on, and if we don't get help, this is going to fall apart. So, of course, I want this to last. Of course, I want to work things out with Paul. Do I love Paul? Yes. Do I feel as though he loves me? Yes, but there's a lot of work that can still be done. I see a future with him. But if you don't see a future with me because my mindset is
I never
off,
said that. Of course I see a future with you.
okay, then we have nothing to discuss then.
And we don't need to be here then.
Leave that in the... No, we do, because we have a lot of things we need to solve. But leave that situation in the past. Like, I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm not apologising to you because I did nothing wrong. So leave it in the past.
You bad. You
But can
want
I
it.
just remind everybody that relationships are hard work. If it was easy, you wouldn't see people getting divorced. To make a relationship work takes commitment, time, thought, and energy. It just doesn't happen. There are very few relationships that are without issues, and that's because people work through the issues. And if you're both prepared to work together, then you could have a great future. But you have to try and be on the same page, at least.
Okay, well, I'm willing to do that at the end of the day. For me, it's not... I just need him to hear what I'm saying. That's literally my issue with him, that he doesn't listen, or he finds what I'm saying, he looks at it as nonsense. I'm willing to work things out, Paul. Paul gives me headache.
Are you willing to work towards a joint goal?
I'm here.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, well, let's hope so.
Okay, I'm just going to suggest that we just take a 5-10 minute break, and then we'll come back in and review some of the things that we have spoken about. All right? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
You got it. This is the end of this episode. This is awesome. Now, 2 things I want you to note here that have been discussed, which is majorly the things that they appreciate each other about. When you are in a relationship with somebody and you want to make that relationship work, appreciation is key. I've done a lot of video on my channel on this. Appreciation is key. You must have a way to show appreciation. The language of your lover must be explained, must be utilized. Understand their love language and appreciate people. Appreciate them by what they do. You see, they have amazing, a beautiful experience of what they do for each other. I mean, what they do appreciate with each other or for each other. But they never shared it. They never discussed it. They never told each other what they appreciated about themselves. And that moment, if you watch that moment, it was like a blissful environment. That time they were sharing that. The whole atmosphere, you could see a lot of love being poured out just by sharing appreciation. It's very important. Then the second thing is to learn to do things for each other. Learn to do things for each other. When you appreciate each other, one of the best things you want to put out there is do things for the person you appreciate. Learn to do things for each other. And that makes relationship work. And that's the 2 key things that have been planted in them on this section today. Now we're going to continue on episode 6. It's not done yet. Watch out for episode 6. It's going to be awesome. So while you're watching this, ensure you make your comment. If you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. There's more of these videos like this to come. Alright, it will help you, and just share. Thank you guys for watching, and I believe you have been having an amazing experience with this. I'll see you again in another episode, which is episode 6. Watch out for that.